You know, everybody from Wrestling News World, PWI Insider, Tree of Woe, British Fist, OTRS Central, the Schleg Daddy TV, if you will, After the Credits, ATC, you know, Hope Win, anybody out there, Chase Oliver, Don Tony, Kevin Castle, Sala Monster, you know, various wrestling groups on Facebook, like Wrestling Fans Speak Out, Wrestling Fan Pipe Bomb, No DQ, Raw Rebound, you got MJ Knight, you know, all wrestling all the time. You got all these people, all these groups, people, news sites, YouTube channels, Twitter accounts, and everybody is always looked, and everybody is part of one conglomerate. Everybody is part of one huge conglomerate, if you will. And that is known as the IWC. And yet, you have all these people within the IWC, including myself, that try to figure out what is up with the IWC. You see, for anybody that probably is not in the know, the IWC is short for Internet Wrestling Community. Just like YWC is short for YouTube Wrestling Community, and so on and so forth. But everybody that I've mentioned, in some shape or form, have always tried to figure out the IWC. They've always tried to figure out, why do you do this? Why do you do that? Why do you cheer for this person? Why do you hate this person? Why do you boo that individual? Why do you cheer this individual? Why do you do this? Why do you do that? Why do you chant that? It's like, oh, why do you want this, but you don't want that? Why do you want this person back, but you don't want that? You know, trying to figure out the IWC, folks, it's like trying to figure out and solve the greatest math equation in the world. It's like trying to solve the greatest math equation in the world that nobody could ever solve. It's like trying to piece together the most challenging puzzle in the world. And yet, you can't figure out which area certain pieces go in because it's that challenging. Heck, to even put it into simpler terms, if you're not good at it, it's like trying to figure out a freaking Rubik's Cube. That's basically what the IWC is. It's basically things like that. It's hard to understand. You see, there's a lot of fans that, you know, you could question, and I know Jeff, you at OTRS Central has questioned this along with a few other people. Why do fans chant for CM Punk when he seemingly walked out on the company, supposedly walked out on the company and quit? Why would fans still chant for him? Well, that's part of the whole situation of trying to figure out the IWC. Why would they chant for somebody like him? Quite simple. Because the IWC, if you try to figure out, in my own perspective, trying to figure out this community itself, the IWC looks at someone like a CM Punk and they say that that guy's the key. That guy's the key to change in the WWE. Or they look at someone like, say, Daniel Bryan, and they feel the same way. It's like, that guy's the key. That guy's the key. He's the key to changing things. You know, you have the IWC constantly clamoring and demanding and on their knees, if you will, for a Cena heel turn. Even though, as a lot of you here on YouTube and various wrestling sites have already said, John Cena is not going to turn heel. I mean, Sean of Sean's View Entertainment could do all the rumors and reports he wants of a possible Cena heel turn, and yet nothing materializes. And why? Because sometimes those rumors and reports are done by people of the IWC who probably have blogs or articles that they work on. That's the St. Jude on the phone, sorry about that. But, you know, you have people like, you have people like, Sean, like I was saying, Sean of Sean's View Entertainment, making those kind of reports and, reporting, doing videos, reporting these kind of rumors and stuff. And at times, those rumors could just be made up by people in the IWC that have blogs or articles that they do for certain websites. And all because they too want Cena to turn heel, and they believe, and again, this is all part of trying to figure this whole community out. They believe, maybe from what I can see, that if they do this, it'll reach WWE. Someone in WWE will be like, hey, people want Cena heel, let's turn him heel. Again, that's how complicated and how confusing this IWC is. And even the YWC is the same way. I mean, people are willing to go to so many lengths to create rumors, to write blogs and articles that are not true about certain things, just so they feel, hey, if this gets over and this gets to WWE, into the ears of someone at WWE or into the ears of somebody at TNA, it might actually happen. You see, that is where the confusion. You see, this is where the IWC is confusing at times. I mean, when you go to a live event, you have people chanting and booing certain individuals. You know, you have people booing John Cena, and the only people cheering for Cena are the young kids, the young moms or single ladies, and maybe even a few males, adult males, fathers, if you will, to show support for the kid and their favorite wrestler. That's about it. Well, a majority of the other portion of that crowd practically hates Cena's guts. But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing here's what's confusing about the IWC. See, they try to do their best to try to turn someone like Cena heel. And yeah, Cena will joke around with it at times, maybe do like a little motion with his heel and all that in the ring. And fine, that's good. That's a good crack. Hey, you get a good laugh out of it. Yet the IWC is so confusing in itself that it doesn't understand that at times at times certain WWE stars or WWE certain times of the superstars like a Cena or an Orton or whatever will be trolling them and saying, hey, look, we understand. Basically in their own way of saying, yeah, we understand you want this, but you got to understand we can't do it. But we'll kind of give you like a little hint here and there to kind of, salvate your appetite or to hold you over for a very, very long time. And you see, that's how hard it is. And you see, that's WWE. They do what they can to try to salivate the IWC, because even they're confused about the IWC. Same with TNA and Ring of Honor. They know the IWC, they know the internet wrestling community, the YouTube wrestling community. They all want certain things to happen. But yet they're confused by what the IWC and the YWC want. As each and every one of us are, and we're all part of that community, or those communities. Each and every one of us are confused by what the IWC and YWC wants, and we're part of it. We're part of it. I mean, there's a lot of fans and everything that chant for CM Punk, chant for Daniel Bryan, chant for this person, that person. Because they look at that individual, again, from my perspective, as being part of this community, of being part of both communities, is they feel that individual is the key. You know, here's the thing. Anytime D-Generation X, anytime Triple H and Shawn Michaels would reunite as DX, everybody would look at that and say, there's the key. That's the key to getting the Attitude Era back. See, they are looking for that individual, looking for that faction or something that's going to bring back some kind of an era that's similar, if not the same as the Attitude Era, or similar, if not the same as the Ruthless Aggression Era, or a combination of both. They want that. They want that, and all these wrestling promotions know that. They know that, but yet they're still confused, because even if they say, hey, we're going to go and give you that, they truly don't know what these fans want. I mean, you got one section of the IWC that, you know, wants real wrestling. Hey, I don't blame you. You know, all these promotions, all of us in the community understand that, but let's say WWE decides, okay, we're going to give you real wrestling. We're going to give you back-to-back 20 to 25-minute matches in the Ring of Honor style, like with a Ring of Honor style like flair. Is that going to salivate your appetite? Is that going to make you happy? Maybe it will, but in the eyes of WWE, they feel it will only be temporary. Then they're going to change again, because they don't know what you want. They don't know what the IWC wants. They don't know what the YWC wants. You know, you have Jeff Shiegel, the Schleg Daddy. Here's a guy that's a part of the IWC, a prominent member of the IWC through Off the Rope show. Here's a guy that despises Jeff Jarrett. Here's a guy that despises him as someone that got shoved down our throats day in and day out. And yet, he's one of many that despise Jarrett, but yet he's in a community where maybe a majority of this community overrides his despising of Jarrett. And yet you have people within the internet wrestling community that are like wrestling purists, if you will, or view themselves as wrestling purists. They look at Jarrett running TNA like he did, putting himself in the position that he did, because they know that as talented as Jarrett was, that if you're going to make yourself something, if you're going to make sure you have a champion that's not going to leave, you put the belt on yourself. You know, and some people might say, you know, and some people will agree with Jeff, that with Jeff Shiegel, that that's the only reason Jarrett made TNA. Wrong. Jarrett made TNA, or founded TNA, to give people that wouldn't have an opportunity elsewhere a chance to shine. The only mistake he made was handing over the reins to Dixie Carter and the Carter family. That's it. That's the only mistake he made, in my personal opinion. It's not putting himself in front of everybody else. Hey, let's ask ourselves a question. All of us here in the IWC and YWC, if we were in Jeff Jarrett's position, and we knew that the only way we could make ourselves world champion after all the years of sacrifice that we put into this business, don't you think we'd rather run our own promotion? Don't you think we'd rather have our own promotion where we can do that? You're damn right we would. If I can open up a wrestling promotion here and say, hey, I'm going to make myself the world champion of my wrestling promotion because I've spent years and years of competing in the ring, and not once have I been given a real golden opportunity, you're damn right I'm going to. You're damn right I'm going to. The fact is, despite how you feel, despite how anybody feels about that guy, in the YWC and the IWC, which again makes it confusing, people understand why he did it. You can hate. You in the IWC and YWC can hate the fact that he did it, and that's fine. But you see, that's what's confusing. That's what confuses people about the IWC and the YWC. You know, they don't know, you know, because they see people that don't understand why people like Jeff Jarrett did what he did, and yet there are people that do. And that's, and you put yourself in the shoes of a promotion like TNA, like WWE, like Ring of Honor, and you say to yourself, what do these, and you kind of ask yourself, okay, the fans want this, but if we give it to them, how long is this going to satisfy them? How long are they going to be happy with it? Or when are they going to want this? When are they going to want something new? Because they don't know. And that's what makes the IWC and the YWC confusing as heck. Because this whole community, both communities together, do not give a clear, definitive answer. They don't. I mean, you could chant for Daniel Bryan and say, yes, 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 all you want. And yeah, and that's going to help probably in the long run. There's no doubt about it. They're probably going to put the belt on Daniel now, no doubt about it, but still, the WWE is going to look at that and say, okay, if we give Daniel the push, we give him the belt, how long is that going to satisfy you guys? How long are you going to be happy with that before you want somebody else? You see, that is what's confusing to them. See, that is what makes the WWE confused about the IWC and the YWC. That's what makes TNA the same way, the Ring of Honor the same way. It makes all those promotions the same way. Basically, confused and wondering what you guys, we, the IWC and YWC really want. Because even us in the IWC and YWC don't know what we want. And that's what's confusing about it. You know, you could chant for someone like The Rock and be happy he's back. You know, even though it's part-time. And the reason for that is because you're thinking Rock's going to bring back the Attitude Era. Austin comes back. Let's say Austin gets put in the same position. You'll cheer for him, go crazy for him, because you'll believe Austin's going to bring back the Attitude Era. And yet you want someone like that to bring back the Attitude Era, but yet at the same time you want someone like Daniel Bryan and CM Punk to bring in a real wrestler's era into the WWE. And it's like, that's what's confusing to a lot of people. Heck, it's even confusing to me even talking about it. But the short end of it is, it's this. Short end of it is this. To WWE, TNA, Ring of Honor, and any wrestling promotion out there, and even to us that are involved in it and are a part of it, the IWC and the YWC is as confusing as heck. And it doesn't matter how many times we argue about it. It doesn't matter how many times we do videos about it. And we'll probably do more videos talking about certain subjects and certain superstars and events. But it doesn't matter. The confusion's still there. And until the day comes where we all can say, hey, we all have one definitive answer for you now. Let the confusion continue. So, that's all I'm going to say. Let me know what you guys think down below. I'll talk to you all later. Comments are welcome. God bless. Take care.